What is up, my Shadowverse soldiers, and welcome back to not exactly a Shadowverse Evolve video, but this is a Shadowverse video. Alright, soldiers, so the day has finally come. Shadowverse is finally ending after 10 years of service. Look at that. I remember seeing this game on Steam and downloading it immediately just because the icon looks so cool. And then I got kind of like dived into a depth of like CCGs or like digital card games. I know I'd already played like Magic online at the time, like with 2018, but definitely seeing this on the Steam store did definitely change my life. But yeah, soldiers, after 10 years of service for Shadowverse will end at 7 p.m. June 30th, 2026 Pacific time. To every player who has been a part of this journey, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Shadowverse's legacy lives on in worlds beyond. And then there's the details in the link. All right, so let us take a note of this important notice. So this is what is inside of the link here. So we have the important notice. Greetings from the Shadowverse team. The time has come for us to announce that we will be ending service for Shadowverse at 7 p.m. June 30th, 2026. All of us on the Shadowverse team would like to take a moment to express our heartfelt gratitude to everyone who has supported us throughout the years. Yeah, it's been a hot minute. Yeah, the game Shadowverse launched on June 17th, 2016. Goodness gracious. Do y'all even remember what y'all were doing in 2016? We actually talked about that on our last webcam stream of like everything that happened in 2016. But yeah, the game released on June 17, 2016 as a spin-off of Rage of Bahamut, but quickly took a life of its own. Over the course of a decade, the game grew and evolved in countless ways, from the introduction of Portalcraft and the rotation and unlimited formats, to the addition to the Take-Two and Crosscraft game modes. Along the way, we released over 5,000 cards across 32 card sets, collaborated with various beloved games and franchises, and brought to life 20 epic story chapters featuring an original and lovable cast of heroes. I will be honest, the collabs definitely did keep me coming back to the game, because I did remember that they had the Street Fighter V collab, and I was like, ooh, you can play as the Street Fighter V characters, and then lots of other rotations of collabs kept happening for Shadowverse, so I kept, peeking back in and being like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. It's kind of like the same thing that like Magic's doing. I took a break from Magic, but now Magic's doing a whole bunch of collabs, so it's like, okay, well, they have my favorite series in Magic right now, let me go ahead and like dive into it. So they did have a smart approach on that. All right, but getting back into it, with your continued support, Shadowverse was able to grow far beyond its origins. Our foray into esports was made possible thanks to our fans, accumulating in several large-scale tournaments, most notably in the World Grand Prix Series, international tournaments that boasted grand prizes of 100 million yen. It also gave rise to a number of spin-offs, including the physical card game Shadowverse Evolve, the Nintendo Switch game Shadowverse Champions Battle, and Shadowverse Flame animated series. Though the original Shadowverse will conclude after a 10-year run, its legacy will continue through Shadowverse Evolve, its direct successor, and Shadowverse Worlds Beyond. To commemorate the 3 remaining months of Shadowverse, we planned a variety of events. For more information, please refer to the following announcement. It's scheduled for the end of servants announcement, that's another link. And then once again, the Shadowverse team is incredibly grateful for all the love and support of our fans and have shown us over the years. As we cherish these final months of service, we would be honored if you share your favorite memories of Shadowverse with us on social media. Thank you for playing Shadowverse. All right, so I want you to know, with everything that's going on right now with the investigation for Shadowverse Evolve, I'm kind of having for like case openings, and if anybody has any information about that, please do reach out to me. But I do not see this as like I see this as a good thing, just because I know Shadowverse is not making any money at all. Because let's be honest, everybody is going to look at this as a business aspect, or if you're looking at this as a consumer aspect, then you're most definitely sad because you had Shadowverse running with you for like 10 years. But if you look at it from their perspective, this game isn't making any money. If you're investing time into it, there's probably like the means to player base probably doesn't justify what's going on, because everybody's playing Worlds Beyond now, everybody's on Shadowverse Evolve. They're just kind of like moving on to their next chapter per se. But if what they're probably going to do is what every company is trying to do right now, and is play off of your nostalgia. And if you don't know what that means, I will explain it to you. Look at Resident Evil. If any of you soldiers are playing Resident Evil, they're all getting remastered. A whole bunch of games are getting remastered from like a long time ago, and they're just playing off of a whole bunch of people's nostalgia. And it's kind of grimy, but this is exactly what's going to happen. If anyone is going to be like advocating for keeping this game, they're going to get rid of OG Shadowverse, and then they're going to put OG Shadowverse in Worlds Beyond as like a DLC pack or something like that. Like if you really want to enjoy the story of the old characters, because we already do have access to the old leaders through money, So it only makes sense that if we want to keep enjoying the story of Shadowverse, hopefully they keep the game and like keep it offline so we can just like keep playing the game and like have the story for it. That would be pretty cool. But how it's probably going to work is they're going to like reverse the whole old Shadowverse into Shadowverse Worlds Beyond, and they're going to put it as like a DLC pack, and it's probably going to be $20, or they're going to like do $5 per story. I don't know, but how exactly it works is the live service needs to make money. Like Shadowverse was a live service game and it needs to make money, and it stopped making money because Worlds Beyond is making money. So why should they put their time and money and resources into something that's not going to make them any money? But honestly, that is the directive for how gaming is going, and I have been kind of like preaching that into my close friends, that gaming is going in sort of like a grimier sort of position. I mean, look at companies like Ubisoft and Nintendo. Like they're pretty grimy in what they do, but it works for them. You know, it makes them money, and that's all they really care about, is that it's going to make them money. And then they have loyal fans that will be able to throw money at the situation, and they'll be able to fix their hard-earned problems. But yeah, that's all I really kind of wanted to voice to everybody. There should be a link in the Shadowverse Evolved Discord that Nova was trying to advocate for the petition to keep the game. But I don't want to be the bad guy or be the bearer of bad news. But I just feel like they don't care. They don't care. Especially with the fact that we're having like this little Shadowverse Evolved problem that I'm like getting into. I'm really investigating it because I do not want to get upset, because I have my splits coming in. And with how BCS Philly was and trying to acquire cards, it was actually a little ludicrous, like how like not printed these cards are. So, you know, before I get a little upset at that, which, you know, I'm already upset at the website, so it would be absolutely insane. I should be upset at the cards, right? But you know, that's a talk for another time. I'm not going to get into it, but do check out the Discord. Nova Starlight did have a link up there, so if you want to sign the petition or, you know, contact them in any way, you know, follow the rules that they had up there. So be mindful of that. But all right, soldiers, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to definitely have my Abysscraft video later on tonight, so be very excited to look towards that for Shadowverse Evolved. But make sure you are safe in whatever you do tonight and safe whatever you do for the rest of the year. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
Yeah. TRINN, just to get you away. What I got to do, what I got to do, just to get you away. What I got to do, what I got to do, just to get you away. You pull me too close, now we hesitate.